Hi again guys, so we got another drag spec tune for you today, and this time it's for the Mk.IV Volkswagen Golf R32. This is not the HPA Motorsports tuned version, this is just the standard VW Golf. So you want your racing soft tyres as usual. For suspension we've got the ride height in 70 front and rear, springs on 6 and 3 respectively, dampers 7 to 1, 10 to 5, anti-roll as high as it can go on 7, neutral camber and toe because you want as much tyre touching the ground as possible. For the gearbox we've got an auto setting of 224, then for the individual gears we've gone for 2650, 1725, 1240, 0925, 0725 and 0575 I should say, with a final drive of 4.2. For the diff, high initial torque because this is a short drag and launch tune, so high initial torque for that explosive launch, high acceleration and low braking, and a torque split of 30-70. All the power upgrades, and I will be using NOS on this tune, and obviously weight loss. I'm going to be using an auto gearbox with traction control turned off. I know that most pro, with inverted commas, drag racers on GT6 don't use NOS and do use manual gearboxes, but as usual I'm using NOS to show just because I want to basically, and I'm using auto gearbox just to show as a baseline of what the car can do, so obviously it will be quicker with a manual gearbox. Now, unusually compared to the previous drag videos I've done, the Ghost that I'm going to be running against is not of the R32. It's actually, I'm actually putting it up against the HPA version. So it is going to be slower, but this is just so that you can see just how quick this Golf is. So we'll go on 50. So as you can see, obviously, like I said, once you get above, say, 60, 80 mile per hour-ish, the HPA does leave it standing. But consider this, the HPA Motorsports version has 730 horsepower. This has 460. That's quite a lot less. So the fact that this car can even keep up with it up to 80 is really impressive. Now, as usual, we've got the performance specs for you. Now, I would actually recommend using the HPA version, but obviously the HPA is much more expensive, and this car is a full 70 pp lower and has, as we said, 270 horsepower less. So it's much better for much lower PP and lower power drag racing. And for its PP and its power, it is one of the quickest, if not the quickest, drag launching cars. So here's the specs as usual. It does 0 to 60 in 1.5 seconds, 0 to 100 in 3.9, 0 to 150 in 8.9, 0 to 200 in 17.8, 0 to pretty much its max speed of 235 with NOS in 31 seconds. It does the 400 meters or quarter mile in 8.8, 1,000 meters in 16.5, and it does the standing mile, which is 1,600 meters, in 23 seconds. So not as quick as the HPA, but seriously quick in its own right. And if you haven't got one of these R32s, I would highly recommend it, even if you only use it as a launch car. I used this a couple of days ago, and off the line it absolutely destroys stuff like Vipers, TZ3s, even Huayras, up to, obviously only up to like 80 to 100 miles per hour, or say around 200 or 300 meters this car can outrun an Alfa Romeo TZ3, which is pretty impressive really for its power and its PP, and the, you know, it is a normal car. This isn't some crazy supercar, it's a normal daily driver. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy using this tune. I would also recommend getting the HPA version because obviously it is much quicker. So yeah, hope you find this tune setup helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new tunes every day, and as always, thanks for watching.